like any great adventure, this one is rapidly coming to an end. We got to finish up a couple of the rounds and a couple of the classes. They're still flying on some of the circles, but we're going to be getting ready soon to record the award presentation. Some of the memorable little things from the weekend. This little plane really caught my eye.
Next show. So you're not coming to that?
Woody, you putting stuff away? Woody, putting your stuff away? The real Billy Mitchell. Do you imagine how many guys we start packing up here, how many good memories we're going to take from this event. It's been a good one. Walter, are we rich yet?
What's that?
Are we rich yet?
No, but we got a bunch of thieves around here.
Oh, you got to be kidding. Well, it goes on your account, that's all.
Well, luckily for you then, it wasn't any.
Just some of the memorable moments. Going to the car wash on the way home. Anyway, John, obviously, because of the rain, the field, he did the hay thing, but that has taken some beating, but we hope grass still grows. And boy, I just hope we haven't hurt his property any more than the minimum we have to. And they're starting to fold the tent. You getting tent folding lessons, Walt? I think he's the guy that took the motor. I got to check his toolbox. That'd make a good one.
Upright engine?
It sure is. Sick of that prime hole in the bottom of your plane? Did you fly? Did you win? Did you not win? Not fly?
First place.
I expect nothing less from you. I expect excellence. Absolutely.
Well, they had me worried. They had one of them airplanes without all those flaps and bomb drop and all that kind of stuff. You know.
Looks good still. This plane's age like you, Frank. It's aging well.
Well,
like me, I should say.
I got some pictures to show you. Just stand by and
look at that shirt. You have all the autographs of all the heavies in the world of stunt. Dave Midgley.
But you're looking at yours.
You bet. Well, I'm heavy, all right. I'm not sure that's good heavy or bad heavy.
Depends on who you ask.
How much are you selling?
Honestly, one more minute. That shirt?
Is there any food left? Let me be honest with you. I'm over here not because of the tremendous service you've been to the hobby all week.
2 minutes till. We thought sure you'd be standing.
No, I said 12 o'clock I eat my first food.
Well, it's
I'm like a dog. I'm on. You ring a bell and I eat donuts.
Excuse me.
Look at this. They had my food put away. There she is. Hey, I didn't see you all day. Where you been hiding? Oh! You on a swing? You give me a ride later? I'm cute. I was cute. Maybe I'll be cute again someday. Maybe my grandchildren will be cute. I don't know about any of this. I gotta eat, sweetheart. See what now? Whose plane is that?
That's
Who's
mine.
that good-looking guy? The guy looks like he could be your brother, but he's kind of good-looking.
he's better looking.
He's your twin, your evil twin brother. The Go Devil. I didn't know you were a twin. That's the guy with all the money, huh?
I think there's.
Yes, you can.
These were pictures people gave me.
This is at VSC?
At VSC, yeah.
Did you win?
All over it.
They have a concourse award or something?
Oh, I was.
Best finish kind of thing?
I've won it twice, so you know.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah.
Retired. Go
Well,
Joe.
they gave it to Keith Crossell. Was very deserving. Very nice.
The golf ball?
5 minutes.
No, it's an old timer, a British design old timer airplane.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
this was the
All
no.
Keith's stuff is nice.
There's a pizza in there. No, there's not. It's behind you. I had to.
Oh, there he is. That's your good twin brother. Or are you triplets?
That's Julie Aldridge. You probably know.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. Now I have a real favorite picture in here. It's still down a ways. Oh, that's a little far. That was Best Appearing Nobler, I think.
Best Nobler?
Yeah.
Cool. They did like a little commemorative for George there.
That's the Joker. You've seen that one.
Yeah, seen that.
There's a picture somebody took.
That looks like a Will Hubin kind of picture.
During a flight. Yeah, I don't know who took it. Let's see. We're coming up here. I'll show you my favorite. Oh, one more. That's Jerry Silver and his wife, and Patty Ryan. She's a flight attendant for United.
Oh.
Same outfit I work at.
Oh, you work for United too?
I retired from there.
Oh. Retired is better than working for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, next picture coming up. This is my favorite picture of the BSC.
Oh. Now what is that, the Best Finish Award or the Best in Spirit of...
Keeper of the Flame.
Okay. Well, who's more of a keeper of the flame than you? Let's get real. Be honest.
I guess because I enter everything that's there.
Yeah, I'm hip. Hey, there'll be a day when I retire and I can go there too. Then you'll have to fight for it.
That's Elaine Brookins, as you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Trophy girl.
That's your wife?
That's my wife.
What relish?
Nice shirt. Was Al Raby there? Did he come that year?
Was. Yes, he was.
Surprised he didn't sign your shirt when he saw that Hawaiian shirt.
Now, this is a picture of me and Rusty with Rusty's fireball bite.
Wasn't this a different place underneath?
That was, I think this was 3 years ago.
Nice checkerboard work.
Oh, that thing was featherweight, a molded fuselage.
Yep.
Yeah. Olson 33 on ignition. Yeah. Rusty makes some really cool stuff too.
Oh, no doubt about it.
I think the last photo is just me and a couple of guys I grew up with.
Hanging loose
in Reno.
All right. That isn't the Mustang Ranch in the back.
No, it's a train ride out of Virginia City.
I recognize it's something.
Yeah, train ride in Virginia City. We went to the air races, and of course, because of 9/11, they canceled them. So we were just moseying around about the country.
Wow. Signing shirts now as the meeting comes to an end. Oh, that's Gary. Oh, Gary. Gary.
What are you doing, Sandy?
Get with the program.
It's on backwards.
Look at this. Wow, we're going to have a wet t-shirt, a Brodak wet t-shirt contest.
Okay, you can turn them off now.
This,
Looking for a bag, Heather.
Ashley and Heather. Now look, which one of you guys kind of think Kevin's an okay guy?
She does.
She does.
We both have boyfriends.
Well, he has a twin brother. It's his evil twin, though.
Here, wait, give me that.
Ah! A third one. What'd you guys do in town the other night? Just go out surfing or what? Go to a coffee house? You're too young to drink. How old are you?
I'm 17.
You drive a car?
Yes.
How about your friend Ashley?
Yeah.
You drive a car?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys aren't my daughter. I wouldn't let you drive with Kevin around. You'd be handcuffed in your room at night. Handcuffed to a cooler of Bud Light.
On a non-porous surface.
Oh, okay.
Because it draws the resin out if you mix it on cardboard or something. So you should...
I thought I was getting out of your way.
Da-da-da-da-da. We're having dancing bears now that the fly-in's over.
Wait a minute, come here.
We're finding, listen, we're trying to find Paul Winter. We're going to put this sign on his back. Teletubby.
Who are you trying to find?
Paul Winter. He's obviously off hiding in the woods with...
Are y'all getting ready to leave?
We're going to eat and go... Are they done at the top?
No, they got 22 more flights up there. It's embarrassing.
Oh, we want to go up
We need to come up with a reason to page him.
Yeah, but he'll know if you page him. You got to sneak up behind him, get it on, and because once you're touching him, he'll know you're doing something.
That's true. Because I ain't going to touch him any other way.
I don't want to touch him any part of his body.
Tom said he just come back from meeting up there.
We got to find Teletubby. He's going to get a Teletubby award. I wish we had a real Teletubby, those little doll Teletubby. We could award him one at the...
Yeah. I took a picture of the flowers I bought at the greenhouse here to send to Karen.
Oh, okay.
Because I miss you desperately.
Oh, you... Send them in my name. She'll think I sent them.
Yeah, she really believes.
She knows I won't wait. I spend money on fuel, not flowers. Oh, honey, I love you so much, Valentine. I bought a gallon of fuel.
The good stuff.
It hasn't worked for me yet. Yeah, I guess they're cleaning up the rounds in the back here. A couple more to go. We obviously are waiting for the all the events to end and for the trophy presentation. Nobody bought me a Father's Day cake. Look at this guy. This unbelievable. How do you rate this kind of treatment?
Brodak's airplane too.
Whoa, a Brodak cake. Anybody send you a Father's Day cake? You know.
I'm not a father, so.
Well, what does reality ever have to do with this hobby? Oh my God, that's a nice little gesture.
Where do you think that's going to?
Where's the other one?
Oh,
Now, how does he rate this treatment? I mean,
he's a good guy.
no whining. We got to get Winter. I think we should end this meet on a duct tape.
A duct tape?
A duct tape.
Tackle with a duct tape?
I got a roll of black duct tape. If we could find him. You know, he's smart enough never to go around anybody with a roll of duct tape. Even somebody with his IQ, he's smart enough to know.
Hog tie him somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I would. This thing's smelling like diesel fuel more and more as the week goes on.
I don't know why that is.
I can't figure out where the smell of this diesel fuel is coming from. This is really a rare opportunity to see living the high life. I don't think Ted Fancher drives to the Nats in a dumpster like this.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this, it's unbelievable.
Well, he's got it all in.
And all this packing foam to help avoid damage. How would you know if anything got damaged? What are you working on now? We got to find Teletubby.
Well, mass fly plane, didn't you? Are you gonna be
The mass fly plane is next?
You gonna be in the mass fly?
No, not with the B-25.
We had 13 once.
I videotape things. I don't participate.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we had 13.
Dum 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 dum. He's got my Indian food down there. I see. Dum 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 dum. Look at that. Windy videos going to India tomorrow. Absolutely.
See you at the Nats, Wendy.
Okay. Hey, have a good one.
For your lovely wife.
This is for my. Look at what I get now. This is for my wife.
And this is for you.
Can I eat it right now?
No, you don't eat it just now because you'll have to come home.
So I should wait to eat it with my wife. Now
Right.
tell me the truth. How many Windy videos are going to be in India? If I give you videos, they're going to.
They'll go.
Gandhi's going to watch them or what?
Everybody. And,
Everybody. How many people?
Already Windy is very famous in India.
1 billion.
Yeah, in India, everything is 1 million. yeah, that's right. You're right.
You're already very famous. Now, when you go and eat our food, you're going to be doubly, triply famous.
And sick.
Yes.
I ordered Indian food and I said extra spicy, and the guy looked at me. He says, "You got to be kidding me, white boy." He was out of
We were
control.
talking about it yesterday.
No, it's true. My son got sick. They almost had to take him to the hospital.
Yeah, the first time.
He couldn't even breathe. The stuff was so good.
We had a group of friends coming in from India, and in the southern part of India, they take a lot of hot and spicy food.
Right.
Went into an Indian restaurant, and normally they ask you in a scale
Of course they ask you.
What do you want?
Yeah.
And these guys said, "Oh, we want a 10." And they said, "Oh, you better make it a little lower." They said 5, okay? And when the food came in, we just tasted it and we just couldn't keep our mouths closed anymore. It remained open all the time. It was so hot.
But it goes so good, isn't it? Like pepperoni.
Yeah, but then you have to sit for a long time in the toilet over it.
I do that normally anyway.
Excellent.
Windy videos are going to India. Tell them the story. These guys are going.
If we don't get our planes over there and get Buzz is gonna rip our heads off.
Oh, let's do it right now then.
Yeah.
Okay. Lunchtime and everybody's eating pizza. Pizza. Good choice. Pizza. Everybody in the world is eating pizza.
Designed in the late 60s. Underneath it is the short 45.
What wingspan is this?
Depends on which way you want to build it.
Big.
50 or 56. And we were on the ground for the short 45.
So, Father Regis, did you have a good time?
Wonderful.
Worth the trip, as suggested by Wendy,
Many times.
the man who sees all, knows all, does all, owes all. Oh, I still got you on my list. He called me a hot mouth. He said I breathe hot, disgusting breath, even when I sleep, Danny. What do you think I should do to get even with him?
Remember, Wendy knows all. You know everything.
Oh, call a Pope up. I want a refund on my latest donation to the church.
Recount.
I want a recount of those papal ballots when they vote me in. Oh, man.
Great trip.
Ladies, thank you very much for your hard, endearing work. Every one of you, the runners, the gunners, the bombardier, the whomever, whatever.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh, and make sure you volunteer next year, too.
No, make it a week.
Make sure you volunteer next year.
Make it a week.
Oh.
There's only 2 more places there.
Let's see, what are?
Are you going to sing a Beatles song for her?
I can't sing. He can sing.
We'll both get together sing.
No, if I stand on his toe, you listen to him sing.
You're getting duct taped. I have a whole... How many women here would like to see Paul Winter duct taped to a pole and be able to go over and put makeup on him at will? Oh, look at the girls liking that. They're liking that
I
action.
didn't bring my makeup back.
Oh, you don't need it. We'll use the hay from the outhouses. How's that sound, Paul? You can't decide whether to be duct taped once or twice. Oh my God. The photo booth where all Brodak photos are taken. John has given us permission that instead of duct taping Paul, he's going to allow us to throw Paul into the pool, but he said right now he still wants to swim in it this year, so definitely not going to be able to do that this year.
Yeah, what is it?
And this is prototype of a German captured condor flying whale.
Yeah, and what size engine has it got in it?
It's got an 035 engine.
Looks like a McCoy 35.
McCoy 035.
Are you going to fly it today?
No.
Why?
It's not ready.
Oh, right.
I got a few other things in there. This is a secret.
Wow. And this is Kent Tyser doing some training for
I gotta show this off.
some learners here. And our first place in ladies stunt or ladies pattern or whatever it was. The aeroplane. On the trophy table here.
Go stand in the corner. She'll go put a number. You stand there. And she'll Time out.
Some guy here, I don't know, to impersonate Windy. And yet again he's won. Expert stunts.
They're putting a couple together, but nothing So here we are, the contest is over. Everybody's waiting for the trophy presentation, having a little snack and giving, oh, Tyser! Tyser, Teletubby!
He's got the stomach for it.
Get the Teletubby decals. Hey Olivia, if that isn't my ticket, I'm erasing you off the video. That'll be my ticket, I need the money. Okay, they're giving one of the young men here a free flying lesson. Now what's wrong with this? Kevin. Hey, they're dancing. They're dancing. I do. Watch that other hand, Tyson. Kevin Stewart gets all these gorgeous young girls, and Tyson gets the young farm boy.
He likes the farm boy, doesn't he?
Tyson gets the farm boy. All right, is he letting go yet? Now, if he crashes, we yell out, Tyson! It doesn't get any better than this. Is he doing it? Tyson's wimping out.
Sit down on the kid.
Sit down, Kent!
Sit down, Tyson!
Sit down!
He's got his phone in Tyson's hand, that's why. He's silly.
I think Tyson's asking for his phone number.
Hey, you heard? He's got the phone on too tight. I'm not talking about the one on his hand.
Oh, thank you. You're an expert now. Oh, no.
The goal is when I win a bank.
We got to take that. No, we got to come on.
That is bullshit. That is.
So you remember when John kicked on up to an expert? Yeah, you're an expert.
Look at it! All right, Tyson!
You can just wiggle round now, but you can't with that angle, can you?
Tyson's dizzy, he fell down.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Move it!
We should run in and kidnap Tyson now and leave him out on his own.
Pull down.
Move it! Move it!
That wouldn't be funny, eh, Dave? The kid pulls up and does a square angle.
He's that Tyson.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'd be like, you got to teach me how to fly?
Yeah.
Don't we know anyone who can fly? You can do that.
Huh?
Don't we know anyone who can fly to do that? Windy, do you know anyone here who could fly? Who would just set Tyson up like that?
Not really. It would have been good if we could have got Amy out there flying. Paul would have liked giving her the lessons, huh? Hey! Showboat! Nobody likes a showboat.
Are they going to have the multiple ring
Yes.
events?
Are they really?
They got 13 so far.
Where are they?
They're all, I don't know, they had 13 the last time I asked.
Yeah, but last year, Mary Knight did a ring up and look, she got a lot, didn't she?
Did she really?
Yeah. When Tyson lands, let's give him a big Tyser.
Big Tyson.
Yay! Tyser! Woo!
Probably for the first time this year.
The sun's coming out. Sir. Hello, sir. Sir.
You don't get it, man. Take his flying saucer away, that's all.
For vendors.
I don't think that'd do it. Load them and fire it up.
For vendors and those people who, as I do, trust other people, I just want you to know that this particular year,
Steve,
we had one engine stolen from Jim Corral, and Walt Umlin had an Excalibur kit stolen in his tent, and also I had a Super Tiger 46 stolen out of Walter Umlin's tent. I'm not upset with Walter, it just, so what I would say next year is vendors and people, just keep a very close eye. Those people, as you go around, just help keep other people honest, and we don't want those things happen. You have to remember that John allows us to, again, be on his property and his backyard and his shop and everything. I just want to ask everybody to be on their best behavior and try to solve those problems before they happen. Wanted to announce that Bob Brookins won the kit raffle. I'll see him next weekend at another contest and let him know, and he'll simply call back and Buzz and John will send him the kit of his choice. I want to remind everybody that we had 130 some competitors signed up here, and that basically we had within 5 flights of 700 official flights this week.
Wow.
Hey!
That doesn't count, of course, anyone who made attempts, and those people who had practice flights and so forth. So, you know, we may have had as many as 900 to 1,000 flights in these 5 days. So this is absolutely wonderful. We'd like to start with, if we could, with Carrier. If I could have my on-stage personality, Mr. Tom Hampshire.
Hey!
Third place in Carrier Profile, Mr. Price Reese. There he is, right there to your left. And second place goes to Rich Essex. Rich Essex.
I think he took it out.
All right, excellent. And first place in profile goes to Gary Hull. Also,
I think he's gone.
all right, very good. Going to Carrier Sportsman, George, first place, McRenka. George McRenka. I will do the best with names. Please do not chide me. I will do the...
What do you want?
Carrier 1 and 2 combined. Second place, Mr. Art Johnson. He probably has going on. I'll see him next weekend if he's not taking his. And first place goes to Mr. Gary Hull. And that, of course, was also going on. All right, we're going to Foxburg. Foxburg. Third place, Mr. Ron Lutz.
It's in the shop. I mean, we owe it to you. Okay.
All right. Second place, Mr. Phil Spillman. Phil Spillman.
Hey, how about that, huh?
All right, Phil.
Last year crippled, this year we can walk.
Not for long.
When's the brain operation? No, I'm just kidding.
We got your
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We got your photo.
Both side and front view.
Failed to deliver your plaque.
Oh, I see.
So you have an official IOU
Oh my God, isn't that
from a bunch of deadbeats.
Yeah, you can get that in there.
We couldn't. It's not here.
Oh, sorry.
We will promptly and without delay deliver it to you when I get my hands on the vendor.
You ever see a lawyer dance any better than that? What a verbal.
Only at the end of a rope.
It's all about the timing.
Wait until you start.
All right.
For a co-CD next year.
That's right. First place, Mr. John Tate. John Tate. Going on to clown racing. Third place, Mr. Dave Edwards. Dave Edwards. And second place goes to Mary Knight. Mary Knight.
Just so everyone understands, we have a special deal in clown racing. It's a twofer. The pilot gets one. We have to remember the mechanic too. So let's have what's his name come up here and get his.
Al, well, what's his name? Come on up. Hug Mary. Hug Mary.
Thank you. Congrats to both of you guys. Well done, Mary.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, and first place to Christina Saunders and her excellent pit crew. Come on up, John.
Go 1965 motor, something like that.
That was a good year.
Oh yeah.
All right, going to, we have speed limit combat, excuse me. Mr. Phil Cartier, third place. Are they gone?
I think they're all gone.
And second place was Luis Lopez, and first place was Roy Glenn. Going on to ladies only basic flight. Again, ladies, we want to encourage you to join us next year. You can get sheets from Sandy. Simply email or write her to get that. For a fifth place and a kit right over here, we'd like to, Santa Claus in June has showed up. So we'd like to give a kit to fifth place, Miss Olivia Mills.
I spent a whole week bombing around in a new Rolls Royce. Prettiest girl on.
Being handed by her chauffeur this week.
Can it get any better?
All right. In fourth place with a flying clown kit is Miss Sarah Davis. And again, being delivered by her chauffeur.
Smile, Sarah.
Now, here we go. Yeah, where's right here? Where's William? Get him.
Where's William? William Davis.
Come on out.
Come on out here. Come on out, Daddy.
Y'all just look, it's gonna be big next year.
Yeah.
Come on here.
There.
This way, William.
Congratulations,
Get over there, William. There we go. Good job.
Thank you, father and daughter. Third place, and she has taken her trophy on, is Miss Mary Phelps in third place. Going to second place with a kit and a plaque is Mr. Susan Tarnowski. Susan?
Yay, Susan!
She had a rough flight.
Boy.
The flight was okay, it was the landing.
Where's Jerry?
Landing you can limp away from.
There was probably only about 1 or 2 or 3 points difference between the top 3 placers in this, so that's how close it was.
So the flash goes, or it doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't matter.
You want to come over here, Jeff?
That's all right, I got it.
Yeah. Good job, Susan.
Thank you, Susan. Excellent. And a kit and a plaque goes to first place winner, Miss Gina Mills. And this is otherwise known as Olivia's mom.
And Watt's daughter.
And Watt's daughter.
Sandbagger.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Whoa!
It didn't flash. That's okay.
Okay, into sports scale. Second place, Mr. Reuben McBride. Reuben McBride. And from Granite City, Illinois, Mr. Frank Beatty in first place. He's gone. All right. In profile scale, well, this is a tough fight here. Second place, Mary Knight. Trying to give no quarter whatsoever to her adversary, first place winner, Al Knight. Let me go on to fun scale. Third place, Frank Beatty, again from Granite City, Illinois. He is going on. Second place, Mr. George Marenka. Second place, Mr. George Marenka. And first place, Mr. Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson. Northern Virginia.
He's trustworthy, I think.
I can take Frank Beatty's. I'll see him at the dance.
He took his.
Okay,
Not here,
all right.
at least.
Going to the Junkyard Wars, we have special handmade plaques for that. And third place goes to the B&B Stunt Team. B&B Stunt Team, get up here.
Bob Brookins, an abstention. There it is.
Bonzo and his brother. Hey Neil, which one's the Bonzo? Both.
Mine's N.
Both.
And second place, the Cheat Like Crazy team. Which one is up there? Let's get the rest of the team up there. Anybody? All right.
Okay, that was yours. We demand a reflight. Somebody else won.
And in first place, Team Absurd. Let's get Team Absurd up here. All right. We have a special gift for them. Also, Mary, would you like to make the announcement?
A special note.
Well, for those of you who are familiar with Junkyard Wars, first prize is always a bottle of champagne, and I think you guys know what you're supposed to do with it.
Use diesel fuel.
Try to keep it, Dan and Ted, keep it clean.
Special note. You now have live on stage 2 Philly Flyers, both attired in neat, clean white shirts.
You'll never see that again.
Call the CIA, call NBC.
That's the only clothes they own.
Can't quite diesel in those beauties, guys.
Crack it, boys.
Hey!
Crack it, boys.
Crack it open.
Crack it open. Crack it open. Go on.
Crack it open. Shake it up. Do it out in the middle of the circle.
Come on out.
All right, get up there, Alex. All right. This is Father's Day, please remember. Second place, Roger Johnson. Roger Johnson.
Did they get banned? Is that yours? You won?
And in first place, Dick Hodge. Dick Hodge.
Good.
Going to Classic Intermediate. Third place, Mr. Ron Lutz. Ron Lutz.
All right, she got one too? Whoa.
Accepting for Mr. Wayne Moran. Second place, Classic Intermediate, Bill Mitchell. Bill Mitchell.
Mitchell! The Mitchell
I
B25.
think he has gone.
I got a Mitchell in my truck.
Do you really? I think you'll take that instead.
Andy, he must have.
He's got 2 hopes and 1 bomb.
First isn't here either.
Okay.
He must have.
And first place, Eric Taylor
Okay.
from New Albany, Indiana. He was actually flying back. He actually flew in. They picked him up.
He went with Wes Aiken.
Right.
Then they took it. Okay.
Right. Classic Advanced, Bob Zambelli, third place.
An odor of diesel.
Same shirt all week long.
Fresh today.
Right. Oh, fresh today. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate it.
Fresh like a dead fish.
Right. Second place, Terry McDowell.
Carolina gang.
You want to know? Wait a minute. It's ice water. It's ice water time. You're not fooling. I know better than that.
And to a gentleman who's gone on further south and headed out, but all week long he's been trying to convince Tom and I. Is he still here?
Is Roy here?
Well, anyway, Roy Trentham's been trying all week to tell us to cancel it out now so we can start all over again because we're having way too much fun. So we told him his flight, he starts over Monday morning at 8:30.
Yeah.
He's
But
on
every
deck.
time we'd see him all week long. We're going to start again yet? Nope, not yet. So we finally told him 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Classic Expert, I believe Mr. Phelps and his lovely wife Mary have gone on, but third place, Jerry Phelps. Second place from Marietta, Georgia, Mr. Tom Dixon. And first place, Mr. Kevin Stewart.
the back hand off.
I'm over here.
Okay.
Well,
No ice water.
Danny, duct tape for Kevin.
go ahead. Just dump it on his head now.
Well done.
I want to go to old time, if you could, sir.
Oh, they're picking on me.
Old time beginner, third place, Mr. Alex Courtney.
Come on out, Dan. Somebody.
Alex, we'd like you to smile more if you could, please.
Oh, nice play, brother.
A little bit.
And I've been having trouble with my French all week long, but second place goes to a Kenneth Lauer.
La Rochelle, I
La
think.
Rochelle.
He's with Bob Ghost. They went home to Connecticut.
Okay. And first place, Mr. Ryan Now. Is that correct? Mr. Ryan Now. Beginner OTS.
He's got, okay, he's got it.
He's gone and gone also. All right. Old time intermediate, Mr. Clyde Ritchie, third place. Clyde Ritchie. And we, of course, have seen this family up front already, but we're going to do a little completion of the family circle here. Second place goes to Watt Moore.
Ice water, check.
Gatorade now. Oh.
I think it's real name.
Need a hug from Olivia. Hug from Olivia. Very good.
What less?
And first place, I believe he might have gone on. If Wes is here.
No, he took Chris to the
Okay.
airport and home.
Wes Aikens, first place, old time stunt intermediate. Does he have his flag?
I believe so.
Okay, I can take it. Okay. Okay, go on to OTS Advanced. Third place, Mr. Roy Trantham again from Florida.
Oh, he looks just like Dixon.
Oh no, there's two of them.
And a person who's in the knees to know, that would be Phil Spillman, second place. Faster, Phil. That was a 9.3. And first place in old time advance, Mr. Andy Patterson, otherwise known as Bad Andy.
We have to stand for our mug shots here, man. Looking at you from the post office wall.
And old time expert, Mr. Jim Damerel, third place.
You want to? Yeah, I don't know who's closer.
Okay, boss.
Second place, father to Christina, John Saunders. And in first place, Mr. Terry McDowell.
Now, how are we going to ship truck or rail? What do you think? Well done.
Profile beginner. Third place, Mr. Dick Hodge.
Dick?
In second place, I'm sure helped by the able assistance of Alex, Mr. David Courtney.
It is.
And in first place, Mr. Ryan Now, I believe, who has taken his trophy on. Profile intermediate. Third place, Bob Reeves.
Go, Bob!
Second place, Mr. Gil Reedy. Went home. All right. First place, Mr. Nick Herbs. Am I correct? Another father and son team here?
Yep.
All right, let's keep it up. Profile advance. Third place, Mr. Price Reese.
All right.
In second place, Mr. Clayton Berry.
What's his name? Lee?
No. Soto Power Kid.
There you go. Congratulations. First place, Mr. Terry McDowell.
The end of trophies as we know them.
Third place, profile expert, Mike Alamov. Second place, Mr. Clean Shirt, Dan Banjock.
Shine up nice.
He cleans up nice, huh, Tom?
And in first place, I cannot believe I still have some airplanes left after Huntersville, Mr. Dale Berry. You go on. Pampa Beginner. Third place, Mr. Roger Johnson. Third place. Very good. Second place, Mr. Dick Hodge.
Dick, why don't you bring everything else up?
And this gentleman will now be eliminated from the ever list of beginners at this contest and hopefully in the future. First place and moving up to an intermediate, whether he knows it or not. Mr. Ryan Now. Pampa Intermediate. Third place, Mr. Nick Herbs. Second place, Mr. Stephen McBride.
Hey, Stephen!
Another father and son team.
Steve, you know what this is?
Give him the boat!
It's the last time, kid.
Give him the boat! Give him the boat! Give him the boat! Give him the boat!
We're trying to put a certain...
Yeah, right!
We tried to put some polish on this contest, but I guess not.
And in first place, moving up to the next skill level, Mr. Gil Reedy, first place, intermediate. He doesn't know it either.
Yes, he does.
Now he does. Pampa Advance, third place, Mr. Al Knight.
Keep him up! Stand back up!
Ruler!
Second place, Mr. Clayton Berry.
You want to run it?
Get that on video.
And in first place, Mr. Andy Patterson. Moving up. Moving on up. Moving on up. Moving on
Welcome to expert, Andy.
And now moving up to the master's class above expert.
Yep.
That wasn't funny, was it? You didn't like that, all right. Third place, Mr. Tom Dixon.
Yeah!
And in second place is I Can Fly That Crate Machine Upside Down to Dan Banjock.
Mr. Train! B25.
And in fifth.
And in first place with a I'll Fix My Airplane Right Before I Get Up, Mr. Wendy Ernowski. Master's class, master's class, master's class. Before we go on to the Keep of the Sport Award, I myself is administrator of this, and I'd like to thank John and Buzz for allowing me to do this. And I will tell you, I do plan to go on for next year. But I want to tell you that, I mean, again, this week, I want to really thank everybody for really being polite and working together and everything. And like I said, almost 700 flights. It's incredible what we got done with the weather. And I just want to thank you. You've been keeping the area clean. Well, we have to get Kent to kind of clean up his messy side over there.
Yeah, Kent.
Other than that, I want to thank everybody. And I'd like to invite John and Buzz to say just a few words before we go on to the Keep of the Sport Award. John and Buzz, please. Now, if we bring the mic out there, it's going to feed back, so you need to listen to them, because it'll feed back if I bring the mic out.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank all the workers and all the contestants for coming this week. I mean, it's a fast week, wasn't it? You know, if you notice, I've been trying to promote this model aviation as a sport. A lot of you have got these pins already. We come so close this year having ESPN come out here and broadcast this, but they still consider it a hobby. So even if you feel it's a hobby, for our sake, if you just say it's a sport, once we start spreading the word, we'll have them out here. Maybe it'll be next year. So anybody who hasn't got one of these pins, see me after the contest. And thank you very much, all of you.
Yeah! Yay!
I just wanted to make sure that everybody had a good time and let you know that I'm right behind John. We both welcome you, and we're glad you're here. In all honesty, it's not a hardship for me at all. I really enjoy it.
And next year the cookies will be on time.
And I wanted to thank everybody that sent me cards and emails whenever I hurt my back last September. Anybody, Jim Stewart, I know you know what I'm talking about. Anybody that's been down like I was, that mailman every day means an awful lot. And I really want to thank everybody for all their cards. I kept them all. I have them in a book, and I'll always keep them. Talking about my back, you notice we put on an addition this year, and there's going to be a hot tub and a bar and a fireplace and a bathroom. But I heard something today. Somebody said that they heard John was putting that all in for me, and no, that's the CD's apartment.
Yeah, right.
There's a sign-up sheet Sandy has. Anybody wants to be CD? Just
next to the last thing I want to do, I want all of our competitors, if you'll all look around, please, those people who tabulated, judged, ran scores, pull tested, pit bosses. I want you guys to look around right now and see those faces that have been with you all week and have been working their tails off for you. And you competitors who have perhaps only flown, and some of you have flown and worked also, but let's give a big round to every worker here this week.
Tom?
This is a tough one. This is the Keeper of the Sport Award. And it always involves overtones of having 200 people who are candidates and 199 no's and 1 yes. And it's so tough to pick because you're so afraid you'll slight somebody. Can't look at it that way. The fellow that we picked this year is a guy who, when I'm at a contest as a contestant, but most of all if I'm CDing, when I see his face, my reaction is, thank heaven. 20% of the people I have to find today and assign tasks to and persuade is handled. I go to this one fella, would you mind, halfway up, he says, how high? And every time it happens that way like clockwork. That's not to say there aren't other people who behave the same way. There are others, and I'm going to mention them after a while. But this fellow has shown this dedication time after time after time. He always makes everybody else's day go a little smoother. As Alan will describe to you, he's gone through some tough sledding in his own life and in his relationships with those on his job. But I'll leave that to Alan. Alan?
As I teach school, I'm sometimes wrong, but I can usually spot those kids as they go through school, and when they graduate, I can say, you're going to be successful. Whatever you do, you're going to do it right. You know the job. You know what you're supposed to do. And whether you get paid money to do it or not, you're going to be a person that I'm going to depend upon to do things later on. This person not only shows in the job situation, but an after-job situation after retirement, and also into his fellow friends and people around him, always giving and helping. This particular gentleman retired not too long ago, and the retirement was before 9/11. When 9/11 came, this person came out of retirement and spent 40 days over an 80-day period of time working at Ground Zero, helping other people. And I'd like to bring a gentleman forward, Mr. Neil Beekman.
Yes. All right, Neil.
The only thing I could say is I couldn't stay home. And this is overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
You. Thank you. Good. You.
Again, I want to thank all of you. We're looking at June for next year, and we think we're going to work around the circles so we can get everything done. Please, as I've asked you this morning, please prepare your aircraft for in case you have to fly off grass. But we intend maybe we can break 700 flights next year, some other people. But we do want to thank you very, very much. I have two other plaques for Pete and Sandy from last year. Pete and Sandy, come up here.
Hey! Yay, Sandy! Woo!
I couldn't do it without these guys, and I really appreciate it. Thank you all very much. Please drive safely home. We want to see you all here next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan.
You heading on out? We'll watch the mass fly.
Hey, where are you going?
That's where I'm headed. Paid by the hour or something?
No, that's where I'm headed.
Stick around 2 events. They're going to have the mass fly, and then we want to do a little Warbird photo shoot.
Oh, my God. I just took the last shot.
Now, the way they traditionally end every Brodak is try to get as many planes in the air at one time as they can. And usually it's chaos. It's usually a pretty exciting end to a pretty exciting 4 or 5 days. In our case, 5 days. These are the candidates for the mass fly. Candidates for the mass fly. My favorite, Bob Zambelli.
I need a pilot. You want to fly it? Go out, get out there.
I'd be betting Banjock will be the last man standing. These are the candidates. Let's look at our last look around the field here. People have already left, but some people are still here. And our 2 newest friends. Hey! Hope to see you in New York City. Oh, a 4-stroke unfair advantage.
Hey, we can get on this, right?
Yeah, like we're going to reject people because of lack of quality equipment, right?
Oh, yeah.
Can I come in? Can I come in the pool? Oh, man. Al, what a weekend, huh?
Oh, it was excellent.
Let's see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 9 so far. A 9 in.
Hey, Dwayne, you want to launch me? Sure. I think you're weird. I'm trustworthy?
Congratulations, big guy.
I'm overwhelmed. I
gotta tell you something. You know what comes along with this award? Free set of Brodak videos. Free! You don't even have to write that check like you do every year. Free videos.
You guys are too much.
An excellent award for Neil Beekman. Excellent choice. A real hero.
Go behind them. They can start and shift the starter.
A moment of tension as they all try to get 19 sets of lines all wind up. Hey! Don't step on the lines!
Kind of like purchasing a company. Serious about this.
I got some fire
Everybody, I'll take a picture. You take a picture.
I have a You know where it makes good breakfast?
Hold it! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Beekman's sleeping at the switch.
I'll launch him and back for Al. Nobody launches, all the pilots are in.
Oh, okay.
Nobody launches, all the pilots are in. Okay? Sounds good.
Always a great way to end the Brodak flying. Done it every year.
Everybody flying at once, huh? Oh, okay.
Every year they do this at the end of the contest. It's a Philly Flyer thing.
We are too.
Go out there and when they're all together with the duct tape and take all their legs together.
Pass over.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm gonna move, Taff.
No, we just were getting so we wouldn't bother you.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. I can move. I'm very limber for an old man.
Alex, fastest plane.
You've got a crowd already now. You don't need to lose it. You guys.
No, we don't.
When you want to leave, put a tie on it.
What's that steak place down by Morgantown?
What's that?
What's that steak place down by Morgantown that we went to last year?
Oh, I don't remember. I remember going there, but I don't remember, like Charlie Brown's or whatever it was.
Down in my shirt, right in there. Up a little bit higher. There. Wait.
I don't know exactly what the... objective is other than getting...
Hey, we're ready!
Ready!
No cheating now, Wayne.
It was his fault. Yeah, exactly. He's up in front of me.
whistleblowing is too much confusion. Make a determination. Let's get a combat judgment. No. I wrecked a bunch of them.
We're going to stay another 10 minutes. They're going to have a second fun fly, a second mass fly, and we have a little bit of tape left on the end of it. Mass disaster. This is another one of the crowd-pleasing parts, like junkyard champagne wars. The rules have changed. Banjock's changing the rules as they go.
And Andy. Amen, brother. And Andy. And Andy. And Andy.
You all fueled up and ready to go?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, I'm ready. I won't be stopping on the way home. It'll be a straight shot.
Somebody hit the pole?
He went right around the pole. There's another one in the pole. They're going to fire on the ship and they're hitting the pole. I'm going to raise before they blame me. Right around the pole. Yeah, right.
Wing over. Right over the top. Right over the top. Come on, Bad Jock, go invert it. We're not talking to each other. They can do that very easy.
Pull his pants down. Duct tape him.
Come in when having fun.
Duct tape him. And we're on the road home with a lot of good memories. Riding piggyback with Dave and Woody, so we get the CBs going. That usually makes the trip go a little quicker. And 6 hours from now, 7 hours from now, we'll be back home with Chickadooley and Karen and everybody. A lot of good memories. And again, special congratulations to Neil Beekman, one of the true heroes, and then finally getting an award I think that's well deserved. Well deserved, Neil. Congratulations. The Monongahela River. This is where they took the biplane ride right down this river. Look at these windmills. That's pretty cool. Windmill Alley here. I guess we can tell the wind is blowing. Look like some pretty big wind. A whole row of them there too. And it's back through the wonderful tunnels of Pennsylvania after a fabulous weekend. It looks like the weather's going to be holding up for a relatively nice trip home. We're about an hour, maybe a little more than an hour into the trip. Tunnels, tunnels, tunnels. You never get sick of tunnels when you go through Pennsylvania. Anyway, so far about at the halfway mark, and hey, not a bad trip at all. The weather's beautiful. Dave and I always find on a trip like this, anytime we have the CB radios going, it just seems like the trip goes so much quicker than when you have one. When I'm all alone on a trip like this, I could design, you know, they got a B-17, so that guy that had the B-17. Anyway, we're wrapping on a CB and the trip's just rolling right along, and I really can't wait to get home. We're ready to cross the border into Jersey, and it has been a fine trip back. Great memory. Funny, on the way back, you always relive some of the memories of the trip, some of the cool highlights. And there's a lot to remember from this Brodak fly-in. Boy, is it ever good to get home. Well, we're back home. The B-25 is in the hangar. We're still working on the tanks, of course, but the next step in this whole operation for us is We have about a 2-week time window that we can get our equipment prepared for the Nats. I want to, of course, thank everybody that worked at Brodak and made that just one of the most wonderful times I could ever remember. That was just an incredible meet. The memory of Don Dixon, I think, is going to live with us for a long time to come. He's one special person. And I want to thank everybody that helped make that happen. Pete Klepsik, Father Regis, Alan and Tom, and of course John and Buzz Brodak, and all the people that make that the special event it really is. It's funny how years later you look back at the memories you have on a trip like this, the friendships you have, the time you spend. It's really a special time. And congratulations, of course, to all the winners. And of course Neil Beekman, the keeper of the flame, 2002. One special individual. And for me, well, I'm right back where I started. But in some ways, I'm different. The experience, the friendships, all makes you, well, I think, a different person than if you live your life without these experiences. The friendships, and all the good times you share. Just an unbelievable experience. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope some of the language that we use, some of the things we've done don't offend anybody, but you really never can pitch a no-hitter in that game. Usually when I get home from this, there's usually days of yard work, 200 emails to answer, and Karen, who just got back from work. So we're going to get back to the routine we love so much. See, she doesn't know I'm taping her. Now watch how mad she gets with me.
Yeah, doing that video camera.
We're back to the routine we love so much. Working on our yard, our house, and spending some time with Chicky. Karen, the yard looks great. I'm gonna have to have you take care of the yard every time I go away to Brodak's. Nice job, huh? Yeah, the yard looks great. Karen took care of everything while I was away. It's just amazing. It's amazing. And I'm home. Now, if you're not a video subscriber, you haven't followed along the construction of the B-25, but hey, maybe something you want to consider for the future. As always, the things we do in the shop, we like to share them with everybody, and if you have any tips or tricks you'd like to send in to us. I see one thing I'm going to put on this video, and I'll tell a little strange story. I have some nice pictures from Ed Captainelli that just came in today and the day I got back. I want to share these pictures with you before we sign off at the end of this tape. Now these are all photo enlargements, by the way, too, that Ed Captainelli sent to me for, hope we can get some of them in Stunt News, of course. Beautiful pictures. This is pictures of his Air Force, and he sent pretty much of the planes he's built in the last couple of years, year or so. I've had some smaller pictures. I'm not sure, I'm assuming this is a Tiger 60 ship. I got to tell you a funny story about Ed Captainelli. These are the kind of things you wish you could make up. I wish I could make this kind of a story up. Ed Captainelli used to live in our area, in our neck of the woods here. He used to be a member of the Circle Burners. I'm going to guess at the time of being 20 years ago, but it might have been more or it might have been less. It was certainly in the 80s anyway. Well, Ed and Jeannie moved away from the area. Ed sold his business. And I'll just go through the photos. He didn't send any captions, so that makes it difficult. But I'll tell this story because it is true. And what happened, I hadn't seen Ed or heard from him in quite a while. I assumed he dropped out of control line stunt. Didn't hear from him in a long time. He had moved to Las Vegas. And I knew that he lived in Las Vegas. I had heard through the grapevine that he lived in Las Vegas. So Karen and I, when we bought the Windstar in 1996, we had gone to the, maybe it was 95, we'd gone to the team trials, and then we wanted to go out west. And we eventually wound up in Las Vegas on this 1 month trip that we took. And I said, you know, we ought to look up Ed Captanelli. I haven't seen him. I know he lives out here. And it turned out we went to a late dinner and we went to a show and did something else. And she said, oh, it's too late. Forget about it. So we really put it off. We didn't do it. So what happened? We were in line at the Luxor Hotel waiting to get on one of the rides. And I know Ed will remember this. I'm sure he'll never forget it in his whole life. And he was right behind us in line, and he recognized me. Now, I'm not sure it was my dramatic Jersey accent. I'm not sure what it was. But anyway, notice the Starduster. This was one of Ed's kind of original designs. Well, we got together. Since then, he's been back my way. His mom passed away. My mom passed away. We've been to each other's mom's funerals, and we've renewed our friendship, even though he lives out in Tucson now. But the story doesn't end. The story ends with this plane. And this is a replica of the original one. The original one, somewhere in the 80s, Ed had used it and given it to Richie Tower as a motor test plane. And Richie Tower had it on the roof of his car in his garage. Not sure I would be putting planes on the roof of the car. And what happened? Somebody backed the car out of the garage. The plane got squashed and crushed and broken. And so they were going to basically put it in a dumpster. And I said, nah, I got a friend named Joe Ortiz. And Joe Ortiz, he was ready to have a full-size plane, a 60 ship. And I said, I have a spare motor. So I kind of glued it all back together. Gave it to Joe Ortiz. Well, Joe liked this plane so much it became one of his favorite planes. He ultimately won the Red Reinhardt Cup, one of the most prestigious awards in our area. He won that, and Joe, of course, is no longer with us like Don Dixon. He's one of our friends that's passed on, but when I see this plane, I don't think of Ed Captanelli as much as I think of Joe Ortiz. So that's how small the world is. Sometimes it's hard to believe it's this small. Now, at the end of every major contest, not only Brodak's, I like to look back, and we have a little time left on this tape. I wanted to just review some of the things, because obviously what happens is a lot of the people that are looking at this video have not seen all of the videos leading up to it, or any of the development videos, so they might not be familiar with some of the things. Some of the different things that have become available to modelers, I guess really since 1999. So what I'm saying is, what had happened is, in 1999, I had kind of a plan or a dream, or I'm not sure what it was, maybe a nightmare. I wanted to see how many parts of a plane I could manufacture or make out of carbon fiber. The reasons are obvious. It doesn't absorb oil. It gives me a challenge that I can pursue and learn from. And it's something unique. And I'm very caught up in the world of making my models unique entities and not carbon copies. Can you imagine it? Just an exact copy of everything else. I like my ships to stand out in a crowd. I like them to be competitive. I like them to last a long time. And I always felt this was one of the keys to developing the forever airplane. And I mean a plane that, for all intents and purposes, would never wear out. Where you could take it apart, make replacement parts if you needed them. But the key to that whole thing was going to be to make that, what I'll call my dream ship, out of carbon fiber. Well, time has gone by. In 2000, I made what for me was the first carbon fiber fuselage plane. That was Miss Ashley, and that worked better than my wildest dream. That ship is now in England, still in service. So we're not gonna close the door on that yet. That may still become something that somewhere in the future we'll report back on. And since we're going to England, we're going to visit them again and maybe see if we can help in whatever repair might still be waiting for that. Elliot Scott has that. Now along came 2001. We made the carbon fiber fuselage Typhoon, and we developed the Zetron. We worked on that probably part of this year too. So these were two very significant things. The Zetrons now are probably going to be one of the parts that many people will want, there are already plenty of them already out at Brodak. There's already plenty of them in the world of scale. Anyway, Zetron is becoming another choice you have, and it's always the choices that I love to have. In the meantime, in between these 2 years, we made the carbon copy. And what had happened is Woody has crashed that. We're going to see if we can repair that too. And I'm not so sure, somewhere in the real near future, we won't have a little video on either the full repair or the repair. Not sure where that's going to happen because Woody's basically busy getting ready for the Nats just like I am. But this year was special. Now this year we really, when I started this dream, I expected it to take 3 years. I've said that over and over on my videotapes. 3-year development program. Of course, in between there, we built the B-25. But we really, the drive of everything I'm doing here is that ultimately, at some future time, and I think this year that's coming up is going to be the time that we'll basically have molds for an all-carbon airplane. The name of that plane might tentatively be the Blackbird. I have a picture in my mind's eye, and usually as soon as I do that, it's not long before that, and I'm cutting wood or making molds or whatever. So we now have, and I think it's safe to say, carbon fiber wing ship. We know we can make carbon fiber fuselages, even with Sato 91. So think how much easier that is to do when you only have a 60 or 65 to deal with. And we know we can make, there's already probably 40 or 50 legitimate ones. There was about 5 of them out at Brodak. So what you can see is an overall picture here that little by little by little, we're coming up on a time when it'll be mostly proven parts. It won't even be an experimental plane. Now, I'm not sure. Of course, there's always things to learn, there's always things to develop. And one of the things we're going to be doing in the next year, we've kind of dedicated this year to working on the Jet 35s and 60s, and there's coming a 65. So we're gonna kind of be doing some development work for Dub. My plan is at the end of the Nats to take the engine out of the plane and send it to him so that he can make an exact copy of how I've set it up for anybody that wants an exact copy of my engine. Or if somebody really wants it, if we have somebody out there that's really dying for it, send me a brand new jet and I'll send you mine. Maybe that's a better deal. Maybe I should be going in that direction. But anyway, the bottom line here is we have learned a tremendous amount in this window of 3 or 4 years. We've learned about Zetrons, we've developed carbon tanks, we've worked on the motor program for jet, both 35 and 60. We've done carbon fiber parts. I feel that it may, if it isn't this year coming up, it's going to be a year very, very shortly in the future when I will have an all carbon fiber airplane. Now the advantage of that plane would be, and Miss Ashley with the carbon wing has already shown me how significant a thing it is to have a plane that doesn't bend, doesn't absorb moisture, doesn't absorb oil, and be unique, stand out in a crowd. So it's what we're going to spend a lot of the next year on the subscriber videos, developing what for lack of a better word right now I'm going to call a Blackbird. The Blackbird, and I'm not thinking of the SR-71, I'm thinking of this little Blackbird that we have at the Circle Burner Field that always sits on my plane and on whoever else is there. We've kind of adopted him as our pet. Just what I need, another bird pet. But anyway, where the future goes with this, I think it's going to be very interesting. We don't know how we're going to do at the Nats, if the plane is going to be competitive, if some part of it is going to fail, because remember, this is all experimental stuff. But we've so far been able to make, with Wayne Triven's help, the carbon tanks. We've been making pipes for 3 years now, carbon fiber tuned pipes. We know we can make motor mount crutches. We know we can make fuselage. The last couple of parts, the flaps and elevators, are almost inconsequential. There's only one part of this that's still left. There's still one part of this, and I'm going to England this fall to try to resolve it, and that is to really make a world-class plane, a really above and beyond plane that would be unique in all the world. you need to find a source for 2-ounce carbon with 90% of the strands going span-wise and 10% in this direction. And I have found, Elliot Scott has found a manufacturer in England that will, under some conditions, and I don't know what these conditions are yet, either allow us to buy up some of his scraps or make a dedicated run of 2.0 carbon. So if that becomes available, and I'm hoping it will, that would change everything and really add a whole new dimension to our development. In the meantime, we've gotten away using substitute materials, but this is the material that, if we can find it somewhere in the world, this whole program is going to change dramatically. This whole thing is going to come together in one stroke of the pen, I hope. And if it doesn't, we're no worse off than we were when we started this, the first time we did anything, because we're already, I think, competitive at major contests like Brodak's for the last few years. So, in my book, it can only get better. And we always use Brodak as a proving ground for some of these wild ideas that we always have in the back of our mind. So that's where we're going to try to go with the Blackbird program in the future. If you're not a subscriber, maybe you want to consider subscribing. Join in with us, or if you have any questions on carbon fiber or building or finishing. We're going to be developing new, we're hoping, and it's basically this color here. This color green into a Brodak dedicated color. Now, it's not as easy as going to the airport and buying this paint, because the shrink rate will be wrong if you buy it at the airport. We have to get it, that color pigment, into a dedicated Brodak formula that has a controlled shrink rate. That's why in Brodak paint you don't have shrink and no shrink. It's a controlled shrink material. So anyway, a lot of new things coming out. If you've not been around the world of stunt for a long time, or if you've been around forever like I have, this is probably the most exciting time there's ever been in the world of stunt. Now, 2 years ago, the thought of having a Sato 91 powered carbon fiber fuselage throttle controlled plane at the Nats was, people that I mentioned that to, they were just giggling and laughing, going, oh yeah, right, yeah, you'll do that, sure. Well, it happened. And I think from that project we managed to learn a whole lot that we're able to pass on through the videos, pass on in several other mediums like Stunt News or in private phone calls. But we're always trying to learn. That's the thrust of everything we do, is just to learn. From the 25, how much did we learn? We learned we have a great new color that sold, looked like it was selling out the store out at Brodak's. A great new color that I'm sure is going to appear on many ships in the future. We have a great time when I get back from England. We're going to try aggressively to get some flights on this, because then we'll have our paved field back and we can go at it full tilt. But we learned from every step of this. Every step of this program, and now these motors are available right off the website. You can just dial up Dubjet and get one. It's a done deal. We're really looking forward to getting some video of this guy flying. And again, it's so many new things. It's almost like you can't see it all at one time. It's like exactly what happens at Brodak's. You can't be at the whole meet. And for people that don't understand, oh, wow, you shoot, so many hours of video. Well, yeah, because I hate to miss anything. I hate to see people left out of it because they're not superstars or whatever. Just, it's everybody's event. It belongs to all of us, and John shares it with all of us equally. And so the next thing for us is to prepare for the Nats, get ready for the Nats. We have a window of about 3 weeks, 1 week of which is going to be taken up by making inventory that we usually sell to help pay for the trip. So we'll have really 2 weeks of preparation, which is plenty. But we always enjoy going to the Nats. Those videos will be available just a few days after we get back. And I always think if I could have
way back when, and we're going back into the early 60s, if I could go back then and see how long I would have stayed with this hobby, it really has been one of the focal points of my life. And I just don't think you could have a better life than I've had. You just been very fortunate, lucky to have the friends I've had, and to be doing something with my life that I truly enjoy doing. It's amazing to me. So I hope you'll be joining us in the future, either subscribing or just checking out the tapes that we already have out in the real world. Thanks for joining us, and we hope we're going to see you in the future at every Brodak from here on out. I just can't imagine that people our age could have more fun doing anything else. Hey, can't imagine Kevin Stewart wouldn't have more fun. And whether you like hard-nosed competition or development or just plain fun, there's everything happening at Brodak that can possibly be happening, along with having a memorable time that you'll never forget. Certainly we won't. Now this is why myself, I really treasure all these old videos. And just as one example, here's Don last year on our way out to Brodak's. Some old footage. And sometimes, in the end, it's one of the only ways you have to really connect with somebody. Video is a very, very special thing. I'm not sure even I understand all of its magnitudes. But I really do. Now we have, just on the Brodak videos alone, we have interviews with George Aldrich, times we've spent with John Davis, Joe Ortiz, just some of the people that have passed away in the last year. And with the video, it seems like we somehow can still spend some time with them. And I remember this day. Whenever I look at the video, it's just like it was yesterday. was and is truly the life we've shared, and I hope you've enjoyed sharing it with us.